that we are at a tie match at the drop. Double gen pop to avoid the deadlock. They do go down. There is a haste status effect. They do have to be careful here. The hatch is going to spawn momentarily. Dead Hard could get them the distance to get it too. Smart shot.
Really smart play on the ace. Oh my god, getting shot through the window.
No longer have distortion, and they are going to teleport here. I think they get there in time. Yes!
Oh, the grab! Yes! That is disappointing.
This is be a 4-man out because.
Yeah, but they will be able to block this. Yo, getting caught on that. Ace coming with the body block. Oh, they were here. All right, everybody, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. I'm your host, LittleRugaard. Joining me today is none other than Jukebox Hero themselves. Welcome back. Are you ready for some Eviscerate Ruby Wolves action? I'm looking forward to this, as I don't get to see a lot of Ruby Wolves anymore. I feel like I've missed the past couple of games due to rescheduling, and I've been kind of bummed about it. It is what it is, but with that said, we'll be loading in very shortly, and we are going to be going to, I forget the first set, actually. It's going to be, oh, right, it's indoor maps this time. It's Larry's. Oh, it's been a hot minute since we've been to Larry's, so, you know, I'm kind of here for it. You did change my mind a little bit regarding Larry's, so I'm happy to have it, but, I don't know, it's just so different to watch. Entirely fair, honestly, and with that said, I have zero experience with indoor maps as far as comp goes. I've only cast a little bit, so you're gonna have to hold my hand a little bit, I think. Wait, really? That is very odd. Let me fix that for y'all. I can't believe that Juke can't be heard. I literally tested this yesterday. Give me 1 second. I think that's my Go XLR. No, that's beautiful. Yeah, the routing... Oh, that's very weird. You should definitely be able to be heard. I have no idea why that's not working. Give me 1 second. Sorry, we got sound bugs in the room. Literally had that plugged in yesterday. Why is it not showing? Hold on. Okay, I think I know what's up. I apologize. That's what it would be. All right, folks. I figured out what it was. Windows reset my properties again.
Woo!
I hate it here.
Well, happens sometime.
All right, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, there you go. You know, I called this from the beginning. This is my new setup. And yeah, it's, you know, first stream, scuff stream. It should be fine.
Hopefully.
All right.
Hopefully everything's fixed now.
Game audio is restored. Juke, say hi to the lobby, folks.
Hello? Hello, hello? There we go.
Yeah, we got
Is
you.
everything working now, I hope? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah. So, lots of action in the background as we were trying to fix that. I think 3 downs have come in the first little bit here from no generators popped yet. Laser on an absolute killing spree right now.
Absolutely. We see gens outlined in yellow. Plenty of gen regression to go around. And yeah, I believe this is second hook for the ace. First gen coming in at 3 hook stages. Not looking too good for the survivors off the start.
Yeah, especially with the amount of pressure on their shoulders right now. They got yellow gen to story about, which could be one of 2 perks, Eruption or Call of Brine. They've got Pop Goes the Weasel that's been hitting multiple times, as well as Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, which we saw was just the hook just now was a Pain Resi hook. So Full build is basically known at this point, and it's a lot of gen regression to worry about.
That seems to be like the going trend recently. I've seen with S tiers especially is just triple to quadruple slowdown with the corrupt intervention. If you count that now, I don't know. I almost don't count corrupt intervention. It never lasts. It's like 20 seconds of corrupt intervention. It just never. I just don't see much value out of it anymore. I'm surprised people still run it.
It's needed because otherwise people can get on gens right away. So sometimes it feels like gens are going so slow, and even though corrupt intervention only lasts however long the first chase is, you're still stopping people from getting on gens during that chase, so that's why the gens don't pop. I think if you saw no corrupt intervention, you would see gens going a lot faster, even on S tiers.
I guess I could kind of see that, yeah. Even if it's just so weird. Again, I grew up in the phase of 2 minutes of corrupt, and that's the full thing. And yeah, not getting that much value, I just feel it's diminished. But we did see eruption. This is Death Hook for the ace, and they've only finished 2 generators, so they don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon, which is good for the survivors. Oh, another one.
It's so unfortunate because they have to push the gens so fast here because of the amount of pressure that's on them, which has not given them a chance to slow down and reset. So they're going to be handing pain resi pop for every down here, which is a lot of regression to add up. But they need to find a way to reset and push the gens at the same time in a 1v3 on Larry's. It's a very tough situation to come back from.
Quite so, and it looks like there isn't a 3-gen. Okay, there might be a small 3-gen. Yeah, there's a 3-gen on this side of the map that's really tight. This isn't the tightest one, but yeah, this is definitely a 3-gen.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially as a killer like Spirit, who could probably phase for a few seconds and make up the distance there, and then get it back for chase. She can definitely hold this as a 3-gen with the perks included.
It would make sense, yeah. And yeah, checking out these other generators, making sure that. Do you think they could possibly 4K with 2 gens up still?
I think 4K2 is probably what we're looking at here, unless something drastic happens for either side. I'm assuming they're resetting right now.
Would make the most sense for sure. We don't have sloppy butchers, so survivors are, able to reset for that reason. But Spirit really feel like somebody's hiding back here, but nobody just yet. They would be making noise though.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably resetting on the other side of the map, and I think their only chance of getting some points recovered here would be to work on the gens out of the 3-gen, although I see some scratch marks here. It doesn't seem as if they're resetting, which makes me think that someone is on one of those gens.
That would make a lot of sense. No eruption from either of them. Kate going down. Looks like they're going to slug for the 4K right out the bat. Maybe they did sneak back onto one of these generators and are trying to finish it.
Yeah, without seeing anyone go for save and without the reset coming in, it's pretty obvious to say that they were on one of these generators, and I think Laser was aware of that and is able to secure the down here. So without an Unbreakable, this would be a 4K at 3 gens.
That is pretty brutal, and yeah, there you go. There is that Unbreakable from the Kate. Spirit sniffing it out and going back to the hook. I guess, do they even go for the unhook here, or do they try to hide out for the rest of the... Nah, they will go for the unhook.
Yeah, it's a tough situation to be in because you really want to get the unhook without it being a trade, especially since your Unbreakable has already been used. But I think that Ada might actually be able to get the pickup, and if they split up, I don't know what the gen was. I didn't see what the progress on the gen was, although it looks like Spirit is going to be catching up pretty quickly here.
Yeah, it might have been somewhere near 60%, but the problem is now is that they do get the pickup. Even with that, Pop Goes the Weasel is just going to deplete it completely. This might be actually a 4K at 3 gens up.
I wouldn't be surprised with the way it's going right now.
Pretty brutal start for these survivors again, but Spirit found a chase within 15 seconds of spawning, it seemed like?
Yeah, something like that.
Not where you want to be exactly on a start, but
no.
Which is surprising because you can stealth out so much on this map.
Yeah, you can stealth this map definitely, but also like once she does find you, the pallets are kind of hard to. I feel like the pallets are pretty hard to play around her power because a lot of them are just so like short, and you're also backed into a wall, meaning that W King is a little bit tricky when you're trying to trick her in a mind game. So I feel like this map is actually pretty good for Spirit.
That's pretty fair. I see where you're coming from on that, and they do find them stealthing out at the exit gate. This will be first hook for the Lori. Now it's a matter of if they can find the last survivor that's bleeding out. I imagine it won't be too difficult. You can't get too far on this map. Yeah, right to them too. They knew where they were going.
Yeah, so unless Rats has Deliverance here...
I think we saw Deliverance earlier from Kate, actually.
Did we actually? I think
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that's going to be a 4K at 3 gens then for Eviscerate here. That's a pretty incredible result, I gotta say.
For sure, yeah. This Spirit had an insane start and just never let up from the beginning. I don't know what would... Yeah, they found a survivor so early, and they didn't even wait and like force that survivor second stage. They just went and found another survivor, and then just managed to tunnel out the ace with impunity anyway. Just really tough.
Just constant pressure along with the perks stacked, like... It's just so hard to recover from that.
Absolutely, but with that said, that'll be a very strong start for our Spirit player, 24-4. And this next killer is going to have quite a bit of work cut out for them, to say the least.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're trying to get a 4K4 for the win con and 4K3 for the tie. I wouldn't say it's impossible, because we've seen things like this in the past, but it's definitely not going to be easy.
Absolutely, but with that said, we'll be taking a short intermission here. Probably going to check up on some of the back things to make sure that we don't have any more scuffed moments where, you can't hear Jukebox's lovely voice. But with that said, we'll be back very shortly, folks. Again, we're going to have a small ad break. It does help us out on the back end, sitting through that. Any subs, any bits, you are our only sponsors at the moment. We do appreciate it, so we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. All right, folks, welcome back to trial number 2. Another round of Spirit for the books. And this Spirit's got a lot to chew through, don't you think?
Absolutely. With that win condition, this is going to be... they're going to play out of their mind if they want to make that win con.
Absolutely. It's going to be really tough for sure. And we do not have to wait much longer as they are loading in very quickly here. Had a little bit of PC problems on the back end, but all is sorted out and we are underway. What is going on?
I wish I could tell you. It's a very interesting start here from Eviscerate. Getting caught standing still in the middle of the map, and then they're arguably a faster chase than what Laser had for first chase last time. I wish I could give you some kind of macro strategy. There's some big brain. I have no idea what that was. I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea what that was.
Indeed. Worth noting, what you said before about corrupt intervention is holding true here. I am so confused right now. Is the Spirit just this good? Is the Spirit just actually this insane?
Yeah, they're so good. They caught. Yeah. I'm so confused, honestly. I've never been this confused casting a game before.
I'm wondering if they got found way earlier than meant. Oh no, the iframes!
Oh no.
The iframes! However, they will be going for the tunnel out here. Alright.
I don't know what's going on. I know there were 3 survivors in the lobby for a while. Maybe someone was having an internet problem. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't know who it was that was missing from the lobby, but
trying.
That's a little unfortunate. Yeah.
I hate this loop so much. There's no open doors on this side. It's so frustrating.
Yeah. Once that loop is dropped, it's a god pallet. Once that loop is dropped, there's just like nothing. There's so many god pallets on the side of the map too. You just gotta break through them all. This could be their chance to recover. Laser already getting reset after the unhook. And so there's, or not, no, Laser wasn't even hooked. He was sludged because they wanted to tunnel out of Xeno here, and Xeno had DS, and yeah. So even though that was an insanely good start. Okay. A little bit of Pokos.
Just a little bit.
Second stage at 5 gens is pretty decent, I'd say. I feel like a gen will be popping soon, but yeah, just one most likely. And as you were saying about corrupt intervention, I'd say that they're running Sloppy Butcher, right?
Yep.
And that's honestly what I would run instead of corrupt on Spirit on this map, on most killers on this map. I feel like Sloppy Butcher replaces corrupt intervention on this map in a lot of instances.
Just because of the insane slowdown it applies, and
yep, exactly.
That's entirely fair. And for the people from the Ada here was gonna give Jake another clean bill of health to go and do whatever Jake's do.
It's found immediately here. I honestly think Xeno just wants to get chased.
Probably.
I feel like he wants a really good juicer last chase here. He's gonna run the Spirit for 4 gens. Watch.
I think they just want montage material. Ada coming in and taking a hit as well. Oh my word. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Jake threw down that Ada like a pallet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, Ada, you take the hit.
Oh.
What? All right, Jake, take another tag here. No,
it's interesting because like any other game, and this would be like throwing, right? But the thing is that because of their win condition, they can afford to do this because they only need to pop 3 generators, right? So
that's fair. And possible unbreakable on the Ada. A failed skill check.
Yeah, failed skill check, and I mean, just like the last Spirit, we're seeing a lot of regression here. Spirit check, Pain Resi coming in. So that might cost them a little bit, but yeah, with since Xeno and Laser were basically doubling chase there, that means 2 survivors were on gens that whole time, which is exactly what they need for their win con. So that's why I said that I think they popped this. Yeah, that's
yeah,
really
they
unfortunate. Do. So that's tie condition, Matt.
I'm not gonna lie, I almost feel like that skill check was a red herring. I think they meant to go to that gen so that Ace could finish this one.
I wouldn't put it past Eviscerate. They have ideas like that a lot. These really quirky ideas that actually play in their favor.
Honestly, red herrings is such a cool perk, and I love it to death. It just, it's so niche. It's so niche.
It is niche, because especially it struggles when you're playing against killers with really high forcing walker here. That's most likely going to be the last gen popping, I'd say.
It was, but that was an eruption that hit that gen earlier. So that gen also getting regressed a little bit more here.
Yeah, 10% extra really does add up with the pain resi on top of it. So forcing walker not going to actually finish the gen in this instance.
Yeah, looking around, trying to see what gen might be worked on. It looks like there's one in the distance that they chased. Who was it? I think the Zarina got chased off of it.
Yeah, this Zarina was on this gen.
Oh, and it looks like they are going to be ready to finish it potentially. Yeah, taking a hit so they can get it. Deliverance. Yeah, and they will complete that last generator anyway. Just
there's the win condition, Matt.
Crazy how fast Survivor's able to crank there, despite what seemed like a little bit of a saucy move from the Jake, and yet Survivor's still sticking to gens like glue.
I think this is an interesting example of this just kind of goes to show you. I know that there's been a common thought. I think Starva came up with the original thought where he said that killers are allowed to make like a multitude of mistakes. Oh my gosh, they keep popping these gens. I think there's a thinking that killers are allowed to make more mistakes than survivors are, but wait. Oh, wait,
I would say I personally, but I'm a killer main. I personally have never thought that before in my life.
Yeah. I mean, these survivors have arguably made a lot of early game mistakes and are still able to get down to 1 and maybe even finish all of the generators. So, I think this kind of goes to show you that
through triple slowdown.
Through triple slowdown, a good survivor team can recover from some mistakes being made. A lot more than a killer can recover from their mistakes being made, in my opinion. I think this is a really good example of that.
I would tend to agree. Again, arguably I'm a killer main, so I really don't. I feel like I lose a little bit of credence there, but failed skill check on the other. Are they just doubling out the last gen?
Potentially, yeah. With someone being camped out here, it would make the most sense.
Goodness, this has been an interesting sight to see, because yeah, at the beginning we're just like, all right, do the survivors lose at 5 gens now? And the survivors are like down to the last gen. It's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, when you put it in terms of, oh, wow.
How do you sneak that? That's crazy. That is absolutely insane.
I gotta be real with you. I've had that happen to me on occasions in Tourney too, and it does not feel good. That's why whenever I'm securing death or stage, I never leave, even if it's just the last second, because there are teams that will sneak in last second and just do just that, and it's very, very frustrating.
Wait till that final moment to see if the killer breaks free for just a split second, then go for. Ugh. It's like a falcon descending on a mouse. Hurts so bad, and down goes the ace. However, I think this is Ace's first hook.
Yes, I think so.
A lot of first stages coming in here.
Only Jake and Ada have been hooked here.
Yeah, survivors. Yeah, this killer has no 3 gen to speak of. That gen is all the way across the map. A little bit of progress on this one. They do reset Ada as well.
I feel like they can recover this into some outs, honestly.
Honestly, probably. Oh, but Zarina gets found not able to reset. However, they are first hook still. Yeah, and Spirit's gonna set this one up. They know they got God Palette up ahead. Focus?
Oh, no.
A little bit of friendly nodders.
Maybe greeting for the stun a little bit there and getting punished for it.
Just a little bit. Now Ada, the only one healthy. Spirit's like, yes. Yes, tell me about your God Palette. Ooh, is that a...
That's renewal.
Yeah, okay. I do love me some renewal.
That's going to relieve a lot of the pressure going down right now. Because otherwise, Laser would have to reset V1 here, and I think...
Through Sloppy
with
be
renewal
awful.
here, and through Sloppy, renewal just completely negates that pressure, so... Now they have 2 healthy up, and they can pressure these gens and hook pretty easily.
Indeed. Renewal is just such a cool perk. I love the concept for that so much.
I think Renewal is a very well-designed perk, and it's interesting because I think there was a while there it was a must-pick in comp. Everyone was running it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it fell off a little bit, but the top teams are kind of starting to bring it back again. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but whenever I look at like Eviscerate, Eternal, like all their builds always have Renewal on them now, and I like to see it.
Yeah, for sure. And there we go. Texture's finally loading in. Yes, I do run the game on low quality. I'm sorry for it. Yeah, able to secure that second stage. No one's sneaking in for that last one there. And honestly, on the topic of renewal, I love that perk so much, and I'm glad to see that it's, you know, seeing more play. I'm wondering, I'm just kind of wondering why it fell off so bad. Like, what perks came in the meantime since then that replaced it so much?
I would say that it fell off because of just the amount of camping. Oh.
Almost. A little bit too close for comfort.
Yeah, that was very, very close.
Where'd the ace go? Man, this ace is just going to town.
Making the distance, yeah. Kind of countering what I said earlier about Larry's not being able to hold W, but he wasn't on one of these corner pallets, so it makes sense that he was able to make that distance on them. Now pallet has been forced to drop, which is where Spirit really comes in here. Cornered at a dropped pallet. This should be a hit if done properly.
Oh, man.
Wow. Wow.
They won the 50-50 there, and Spirit deciding whether or not they want to commit here. That was Ace's internal. That was a lot of. That was kind of traumatizing. I'm not gonna lie. Good read though from the Spirit, regardless. And
yeah, very good. I don't think I even heard the ace double back there. So, but now they have to go check all the way across the map. Ace doing an amazing job keeping the Spirit opposite end of where this gen is being worked, and
she blended it so well there. I guess the Spirit has gotten corner teched one too many times at that one location.
I would say so.
Oh man. Yeah, Survivor's doing a really good job hiding in so many spots. That was crazy. Did they corner again? No, they didn't. They just kept holding. Yeah, Survivors are doing. Yeah, this is just a showcase of how good Survivor gameplay can come back from this. Because yeah, they. I would never in a million years thought they could come back from this. And they're about to fix the last generator. Adrenaline on this arena too. Oh my word.
Yeah, they recovered this so well. I like seeing Jake go down in like 10 seconds. I honestly didn't think that there would be any outs this game, but it's looking like it's going to be a 2-man out here, which is kind of incredible.
Absolutely, just showing the power of good teamwork, good communication, and a little bit of love as Jake sacrificed himself for the greater good at the beginning. But yeah, I think you're right. There's going to be multiple outs in multiple stages as well. Spirit very frustrated with how this game went down. That was brutal.
I think overall though, I mean, I think 9 stages on Larry's is a good result. Because as much as we like to talk about Larry's being troublesome for the survivors, it is a very survivor-sided map. There's a lot of really safe pallets. It's a very large map. So I think 9 stages, especially against a team like Eviscerate, is not a result that you should be upset with. I think that they played very well.
Absolutely, and yeah, the renewal paired with the botany to try it. They might have even smelled sloppy coming down by having this build like this.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh man, but yeah. Regardless, really well played. And with that said, that will be set number 1 in the books. But fret not, we have a set number 2 coming underway, and it is going to be, as I forgot. I forgot we're back to RPD. Oh, how do you feel about the RPD split? Do you feel like they're both equally fine, or do you think there's one that's definitely more preferred over the other?
I would say that West Wing is more Survivor side than East Wing, but they're still 2 of the worst maps in the entire game. They're still both awful to play on for both sides, in my opinion. They're boring for survivors and they're impossible for killer. So, not a fan of those maps.
I can kind of get behind that. I can understand if you're a killer. Like I know for some, I don't get it, but I heard a lot of people that like to play Trapper like that map. I'm not a fan of that map for any killer that I play, but I guess people have their own preferred playstyle. But yeah, we're going to be going to the RPD East Wing.
All right.
And it is we're finally getting back to go all stealth killer tactics. It's going to be a Wraith mirror.
Sounds fun.
We don't see a lot of Wraith in COTF recently, especially in Group A. It's just been nothing but S tiers. I'm excited for a good Wraith match. What is your go-to Wraith build on the spot?
On the spot, like for comp?
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, I personally like to run uncloak speed with kicking speed, which I think is Shadow Dance and Swift Hunt.
Yep.
And then, I mean, on maps like Dead Dog and stuff, I usually like Corrupt, Sloppy. I mean, in current meta times, I guess you could run like Call of the Brine Eruption, which I know you can't do in CO2, but Overcharge Eruption replaces that. You could run Endgame, Dead Man Switch, Deadlock. I feel like there's so many options for Wraith, honestly, and they're all just according to whatever your playstyle is. So I don't know if I have a go-to. I think I'd pick mine based on the win condition.
You know, that's actually entirely fair. Yeah, the killer in the first match gets to set the precedent, and the killer in the second match just has to...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with Wraith being almost to the most basic level of killer, like he is just such a basic M1 killer, you can mold him, right? There are so many perks work so well on him because he's just such a simple killer.
Honestly, that's entirely fair. I know that Wraith isn't necessarily the strongest killer, but they do have a special place near and dear to my heart. I definitely played them a lot getting into this game, so I'm a personal fan. But okay, I see it. But with that said, we're gonna take again a short intermission here. We'll get that Wraith game to you as soon as possible. But with that said, stay tuned, folks. You've been watching Champions of the Fog. Watch that ad break for us, please. It helps us. I'm so hungry. everybody, welcome back to set number 2, Battle of the Wraiths on East Wing RPG of all the maps. I don't actually know how these teams came to agree that Wraith was the pick here, but, you know, I'm kind of into it. I haven't seen a good Wraith game in a hot minute.
Yeah, I always really enjoy Wraith in comp. I don't know why it is, I just think it's fun.
I agree. It's all about chases, a little bit of mind games, a little bit of tech here and there. It's not a straightforward match, even though, honestly, from a survivor perspective, it probably is. Hold on, I just literally can't speak. From a survivor perspective, it definitely is. I don't know, I might have just had a stroke just now.
Oh my god.
I'm not here.
Oh.
Wow, that was a quick find.
That was a quick find. Spawn points on this map are kind of wacky. You can spawn, like, anywhere.
Honestly, fair is fair. And also, I love that the add-ons you talked about are, in fact, the add-ons being chosen here.
Hey, look at that.
It's almost like, you know what you're talking about. Yeah, this is the tech I'm talking about. It's just so easy.
Yeah, no, that it's bad on pallets, too. Like, with the correct amount of patience is really good, and getting the hit there. Pretty huge, although V1 doing a good job. He's zoned himself back towards all of the pallets now, so he is on a relatively safe area.
Look at these back-to-back pallets.
Did you get the double pallet set up?
Yeah, double pallets. It's just, oh my word. Oh no. Oh, they actually left for it? Yeah, look at the fake outs going on. Wraith is just so interesting. What am I watching?
Oh my gosh, so much patience from Virtual here.
Really is. It's kind of crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Finally getting the down. Wow, just an absurd amount of patience.
Absolutely. Also worth noting is that survivors are aware there is a sloppy butcher in play. So we do know about 2 perks. Corrupt did go down. What hook are we going for here?
I think he wants the fire escape hook, because this hook is very deadly. There's a few ways to approach it, and a lot of them are very easy to body block. So,
okay.
Very, very strong hook. The only thing it doesn't have is good gens to pressure while you're camping. So, if you want free stages, great, but you're gonna lose some gens in the process.
Understandably. And yeah, going through, kicking a little bit of pallets, getting them out of the way. There is the unhook coming in. Unhook got messed up.
That's unfortunate.
And 2 gens going down. What is going on?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why the Jake is still... Ah, there it is.
All right.
2 survivors coming in, but, you know, if you block this correctly, they can make it very hard to get this. As you can see, going back and forth in the doorways here. They've got to time this really perfectly if they want to get in before second stage.
Is somebody gonna, like, you know, Hail Mary from the top?
That's the best way to approach this. I wonder if Yui's wrapping around there right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you heard the vault in a second. Nope, she's still here.
Oh, just taking the hit?
Just taking the hit, yeah. When it comes down to that double save, you just kind of got to go for it, because once one sneaks in... What?
I'm wondering if they lagged out on their screen.
Could be, and... Oh, no. Stunned out of power so much distance now.
It's so brutal. Isn't it like 5 seconds?
I think so, yeah. It's really long. And on a map like RPD, where distance is already pretty much free to have, that 5-second stun just means you're impossible to chase. You're just gone.
Right. Also worth noting, sloppy butcher value coming in here as they were using their medkit to heal, so that is that much less medkit to use.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Where did they go? Oh, do they have Lucky Break?
I think they do, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, like, I didn't see any scratch marks over here, so good find for the Wraith, and second hook coming in. 3rd generator popping, though.
Yeah, they're on top of these generators, especially, like, these chases have been pretty decent, too, so, like, those things together, I mean, gens are going to be going so fast here. Especially on a large map like this, you can pretty much just die anywhere, and you'll have a gen opposite side of the map that you can get finished for free.
4th generator, oh my word. Yeah, you're not kidding. And yeah, look at this gen split is absolutely insane too. Can we just have it where, you know, certain killers have, you know, the gen speed is not 90 seconds, like 100 seconds? Can we just like slow the gens down for some killers?
I think that would be perfectly fine in a high-level environment, but
oh yeah,
rest in peace all the solo queue survivors.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying for pubs. I'm saying like behavior give us custom games. Like, it's supposed to be custom games. Give us some customization.
Like, you know, the customization you can do in like Overwatch, right? Where you can change anything you want about the game. Like, can we have that in DBD, please?
That would be. I'm not gonna lie, that would be super sick. But unfortunately, I also understand from a like corporate perspective that probably wouldn't make them a lot of money. Did they actually leave, or is there 2 people here?
I see one at least.
What am I
I think
watching?
they're just kind of trapped in the room. They're trying to mind game and make them fall out the window, but there's really no reason.
There's
to
2
yeah, there are
people.
2 survivors here. Yeah, catching 2 people out of position here. Though it looks like they were able to get out of the room and make some distance here.
Indeed, and it looks like. Oh yeah, this one had Lucky Break. So yeah, Lucky Break has not come back for the survivor yet. This is an insane amount of patience from the survivor. I'm just saying. Oh my word. I would have vaulted 3 times in that period.
I think that's one of the biggest skills that survivors have been getting very good at is just standing still and just not flinching until the very last moment. I think it's a very important skill to have too.
Now, honestly, that is entirely fair. I remember, essentially, like, once the pallets drop, that's when it's over. Oh my goodness, deliverance from... Wait, how are they broken and healed at the same time? Oh, they had renewal, okay.
Renewal, but how are they healed?
Adrenaline.
They shouldn't have been able to... Did adrenaline proc before... Oh, I see. Because adrenaline procs while you're on the hook because you're not broken. That's a very weird interaction, I gotta say.
I mean, there's
so weird.
It is a weird interaction because there's also a clip where Oth was using Force Penance on Deathslinger, and because you're not injuring the survivor, you can have them broken before they're injured. It's really weird.
Oh, I've seen that before. Yeah, I noticed it a while ago. I was like, this is kind of interesting.
Kind of sketch, and not as sketch as that Noed coming in and stopping that exit. So now 2 survivors on hook. They have Noed in play. Survivor did get the unhook here. These survivors are in trouble now. There's some extra stages coming at the end.
Definitely gonna be a lot of stages here, and yeah, man, with only 10 seconds of endurance, I think that sticking around a little bit too long here was kind of a misplay. I feel like this is gonna be more stages than what you bargained for. I don't know what stage Virtual is on, but there's gonna be another hook coming in for a Wraith, and rocking up the stages in endgame.
I don't think Claudette has actually been hooked.
Oh, is that true? Okay, that explains it then.
I think. I might be wrong about that. Then I might have actually given first. I'm not sure, but yeah, they will open this exit gate, so it looks like there's going to be at least okay, I say that. Someone's running upstairs. I don't know what's going on anymore. I thought they would have left for 3 people.
I think that's definitely the play here. I think you risk getting more stages if you go for this save, and there's no Noah in play, although I feel like this could be an overcommit from the Wraith here. If they go for this swing, someone could be running in for save right now, and then that's a 4-out if they're not careful.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Doesn't look like anybody's over here just yet. They might have been maybe setting it up and then didn't execute. Yeah, there's scratch marks over there.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, so they are going to be able to manage a 7-stage 1K here, which is probably better than even my pub games can hold out for.
I mean, on this map, the 7 stages is good on any killer, so...
For sure.
Yeah, we take those.
Indeed, and yeah, no? Oh, no, I don't think there is actually a survivor that's fresh hook after all. I think they did get us first on everybody, maybe.
Oh, well, that's really good for a killer, then.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is mind-boggling how fast those Force for gens were. I kind of saw the 3rd one come. I did not expect that 4th one to happen. That was crazy fast.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that these big maps, you just can't hold the gens. You just have to go for chases and stages, and I wouldn't even run gen regression on this map just because there's no point. You're just losing the gens so quickly you can't patrol them. You just have to go for stages.
Yeah, no, I entirely agree. We even got some any means necessary to reset those pallets if the Wraith didn't go back and kick them. I love it. I love it, but with that said, that will be 3rd trial in the books. And remember, Eviscerate also going to be coming back and playing a Wraith as well. So they need 7 stages. I don't think that's entirely impossible. Like you said, it's a really good result for the Wraith, but it's not entirely out of the realm possibility. I'm just wondering if we're going to hit the 3rd stage set or not, because I really want to see Cenobite.
Cenobite game does sound really fun. I'd be very curious to see that. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if the survivors play well, then they should be able to win this, just because 7 stages is a really good result, in my opinion. But, you know, anything can happen in DBD, right? And
That's true.
Noah also gives you free stages, so.
Yeah, that Noah coming in clutch there and getting an extra stage on the Ada as well as everybody else. So, I mean, there's a reason it's ran, and I understand that it frustrates a lot of people that the perk exists, but I am still very much okay with it existing because, as you saw, that totem was cleansed within 20 seconds of the end game. It was already cleansed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Noah just doesn't feel like it does anything in my opinion, but I don't know, just killer main things.
Well, it gives you at least that one free stage.
There you go. It's a free stage. There we go. But with that said, everybody, we'll be back in just a moment. Possibly the final trial of this match, or it's just the halfway points. We'll have to see what this next race comes up with. And again, thank you all for sitting here through these ads. It does help us out on the back end. All the subs, bits, donations, everything helps us out on the back end to keep COTF going strong. We appreciate it. It's kind of crazy to think that season 5 is almost at a close. I think next week is the last normal Group A match before we go into finals, which is just crazy to me. But regardless, stay tuned, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, everybody, welcome back to possibly what is the last trial or the halfway point. It all comes down to this Wraith match. Can the survivors force a set 3, or are we going to end here and have to wait another 30 minutes for the next match of the day? We got 2 coming up. We got a double header today. It's kind of weird. At the beginning of the season, we started out with like having 4 a day, but it's kind of ended up being more towards 3, and so a little bit more manageable for the casters. Don't you think, Juke? Yes?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
A little bit more manageable, but we're going back to RPD East Wing, and we got a Wraith. Let me turn up that volume real quick, and we are set to go.
Yeah, we're already seeing different add-ons here.
The Coxcomb Clapper, okay, and Windstorm.
Yeah, going for a slightly different approach rather than getting more chase add-ons. I think the goal here is to just catch people off guard.
You know, I'm here for it. This makes me incredibly happy to see it. Oh my goodness, this build is also not disappointing me. Where are the survivors, though?
Good question. I think they probably spawn. Oh, here we go.
Now they know about the Silent Bell.
Yep, and there's the first hit.
No sloppy.
No sloppy, which is a little strange.
Head on!
Head on. Always love to see that.
A little bit of it. Yeah, even this Big Bong's like, that was cheeky.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to make much distance, so all they're really doing is giving more pressure to the killer here. Although I was going to say, with a build like this, where the goal is to catch people off guard, I'm surprised there isn't sloppy, and I think he's even got a little lost on the map. I'm going to be real with you. I've done that too before. Oh,
They
wow.
body blocked it.
No fear whatsoever, just stood in that pad and said, you're not dropping this.
Absolutely, and looks like Nia does get reset. They might be trying to save Nia for something. Not sure what they're, I don't know why they're giving up Zarina here is, I guess, the question I want to pose.
I don't know. I think they just thought that maybe they could get enough distance with the head-on to deny the down and the hit, but didn't quite get enough distance from where they were.
Yeah, not quite enough. Oh yeah, they couldn't run straight. They had to run upstairs around the corner. Now we're just kind of checking out and sitting around. They are going to kick this generator a little bit of progress on, about 40% or so, you say? Oh, it's yellow too.
Yep, yellow gen. I would say yeah, about 40%, which it'll regress since the hook is here. So I think Xeno is perfectly fine. Cam is the second, and possibly only losing, I'd say, 1 gen for this because of the healing, the head-on setup, this gen being one of the ones with progress, and now it's regressing. This seems like a one-gen pop for second stage kind of situation.
For sure. And oh, okay. Yeah, the crow. I was wondering why the crow scattered, but right, the crow. Oh, maybe Nancy did scare the crow. I thought the crow was just from the hook survivor. Interesting, but they do secure second stage there. Nancy not able to come down and get them off the hook. And that jet is all but regressed to nothing.
I think they were trying to sneak on by and get the save when Xeno wasn't looking, but he was watching from the upstairs. He was ready for a little cheeky play.
He was.
From the survivors here, and leading for a second, trying to bait the pull maybe.
Awesome.
I think he can just secure this to death.
Probably could at this point, honestly. This survivor... Nancy has literally just been up there waiting for a moment to come down. Yeah, this killer has so much pressure just by holding onto this hook.
I think there is a gen up there.
Is there?
That she could be potentially working, which sometimes you can't really hear very well through the elevation, but yeah, there is a gen up there. I wonder if she's been working on that this whole time. It would be a gen. I would work that gen while this hook is happening, personally. And she comes out of nowhere with the balance landing and trying to get the pull here, although this is such a hard hook to double save because you cannot body block from another direction, and they finally managed to get it. Now it is absolutely huge for the survivors here. Popping a gen for it too, they might be able to make up from the amount of pressure that was put on their shoulders from the start of the game.
That's a very good point. I was just surprised that Claude was actually able to finish off that save, but it may not matter as, unless the Serena has live, yeah, they're not going to get any distance whatsoever. And as DS is a banned perk against Wraith, this is going to be lights out for the Zarina.
Yeah, kill at 3 gens coming in, which is pretty early for a Wraith game, I would say. So, makes it a lot harder to recover when you've got only 3 survivors up with the win condition that they have.
It's a very good
I think
point.
we're slightly more in favor of the killer now, weirdly enough, on this map. They do have the God Palette here to play with, which they were going to have to drop here, though. Xeno going around, and yeah, you cannot bait this. There's no way to bait this God Palette. He's going to try. Oh, but he did, but not quite. It is just too long. I feel like this just needs to be broken yet, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to break the pallet, and Claudette's going to get some distance here, and the chase will be dropped.
Yep, Nancy also getting reset during this time. I'm wondering if the gen that they were sitting up top is going to be regressing, or I'm sorry, if it has any progress on it, like you said, because I didn't realize there was one tucked up there on the balcony.
Yeah,
Also, now just waiting for this generator.
Catching them, Nancy, she was probably running over to this gen over here that she was working earlier, is my guess. Dropping down at the hole with bounce, landing in a good amount of distance there, and yeah, I think this survivors are in an okay spot here. Ooh,
yeah,
not quite able to get the hit on the God Palette.
Being able to split up and reset definitely has helped their chances drastically, but yeah, now Nancy and Chase will have to see how this chase goes if survivors can, you know, juice this for long enough.
Yeah, I think she should have stayed at the pallet, but I don't think she was ready for the Bloodlust to come in and give the tag here. Xeno gonna drop Chase again and try to find survivors on his gens. He can afford to do this because every hit here is even more slowdown than it was before, and yeah, this gen did have pressure. With only 3 survivors up, every hit really counts here because now if someone wants to reset them, we only have 1 person on gens instead of 2 in a 1v4 situation. So hit and run does actually work at a 1v3 point. So using that to his advantage and just putting a bunch of pressure on them right now.
Absolutely, and yeah, multiple gens showing up in yellow. And I believe it's safe to say, based on seeing how fast the gens have regressed, that's not Eruption.
Right, that is Call of Brian working. Survivors are aware of that, and they did not reset for Nancy, and they're giving another hit to Xeno here, and now they have two survivors injured, and I think this is the only gen with really good progress, because Call of Brian ate away at the other 3 gens that were being worked. So,
it's a very good point, yeah, and survivors are gonna have to reset once again here. Just, yeah, pre-dropping this pallet. Yeah, so 2 survivors injured, 1, they are gonna not pursue that, which is very interesting. I'm wondering if the servers are going to reset over here. You reset, right? You don't try and jam
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to reset here, because especially versus Wraith, and especially versus this build, I mean, he could unclick around a corner and you wouldn't even know he's there.
True.
So, if you get caught off and you're not reset, it's a free down, and a free down in a 1v3 situation is more than just a free down. It's a survivor on hook versus 2 survivors active, meaning double save is pretty much impossible. And is that Dragon's Grip coming into play here?
Yes, it is. Patience has paid off, and this is, in fact, Dragon's Grip. Looks like a survivor's coming down to take the hit. They're like, guys, I'm exposed, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, no.
I think this down is a game changer. Although it looks like I cannot pick up the survivor. Where the survivor? Oh, no, never mind.
It was just the pallet, yeah.
Pickup.
Yeah, the
It was
pallet
a
was
pallet,
blocking
yeah.
it, yeah.
Fun little bug there, and
Pallet too thick.
they have a very central hook here.
Yeah, this hook might be lights out. Because it feels so bad. That Call O'Brien on the gen upstairs on the balcony has completely destroyed that generator. They're trying to get the one close by this hook finished, but there's 3 gens central to this hook. How do you finish this?
I don't think you can break this as long as you just keep holding the hook. You have to pressure this gen and the hook at the same time. That's the only way you can do it. And it looks like they're going to try to pop the gen near the library, which does make sense in the current situation. But they need to break this 3 gen if they want to meet their win condition.
Right. Yeah. If they were to, because I think it was 17 to 15, if they were able to finish 3 gens and get 2 fresh outs, that is enough. I think that's a win for the survivors. I think survivors are able to pull it back. But yeah, it's starting to slip out of their hands here as more stages are coming in. Nancy coming in to try and get this unhooked, but I think we're going to see a second stage forced.
Looks like it, and this is a important. You were asking me how I felt about the RPD maps earlier, and I was saying how West Wing is more survivor side than East Wing is. This is a really good example of that. This is one of the tightest 3 gens in the entire game. So even though the map is overall really bad, this 3 gen alone with the central hook is really, really powerful. So that's why you can't get this setup on West Wing. This is an East Wing exclusive setup.
Interesting. I did not know the deep analysis of this map, and I am very happy. I didn't realize that. I know when I spawned at RPD, I was like, man, this 3 gen is insane, but I didn't realize that it's exclusive.
Yes, because that the interrogation room in the corner here, the one that they're going by right in a second here, this one behind him is closed off in West Wing. So yeah, you can't have that 3 gen on West Wing.
Interesting. So that does give the killers a little bit of help here. Are they gonna drop down? Yeah, I'm about to say they haven't used their balance landing yet. Oh wait, their balance landing's already been used.
Oh no, it's on cooldown, and that is gonna be the down. And
that's a fresh
little
hook.
by little, that's fresh hook. The win condition's starting to add up. I mean, all Xeno has to do is camp this hook to death, and it would be a win. So
I believe so.
I think anyway. I think so.
Can they finish that gen? I don't think they're gonna commit to it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, Survivor's doing a good job resetting, but there have been so many gens that are 70 plus that have regressed to nothing over the course of this game.
Yeah, proving me wrong about running regressions on RPD somehow, making it work. I didn't think I'd see the day, but he's getting really good value out of Call O'Brien. So,
absolutely.
Props.
Good fake there from the killer, and that is going to be... Nia might be in a little bit of trouble here. Let's see how much patience they have. Oh, so close, but I think, yeah, there's nothing to say there. They do finish a generator. However, this is death hook for Nia.
Yeah.
Even if these 2 survivors get out now, I think that stage was enough to give them the W.
Yeah, and if not, I think that stage is enough to give him even a 4K here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, having to pop 2 gens in a 1v2 situation is really rough. It looks like this is Renewal coming in. Can Xeno get the down before Renewal activates is the question.
A little bit greedy there, and yeah, they're not going to be able to. Balance landing
coming in. Wow.
It's so triggering to see the clapping going on and hear nothing.
Yeah, where's the bing bong? Where's
right?
the bing bong?
Bing bong with no bing bong. Is he really a bing bong still?
That is the question. Bing bong gets replaced with silence. Yeah, just dead silence.
Deafening silence.
There's nothing fun about him anymore. He's just a killer. There's no fun noise.
True, and this will be second hook coming in for Nancy. Even if they were able to force a fresh out here, there's not enough gen. This is effectively securing the win for Eviscerate here. And again, to be fair, Eviscerate played incredibly lethally. Even I would say their survivor was a bit goofy at times, but they definitely a little bit of a cat and mouse there, saying, "Come on, don't you want to taste Dragon's Grip?"
Yeah, they really wanted to pop that gen for 4K1, but it looks like it's probably going to be 4K2, and wow, just swinging right through it.
Yeah, this killer has absolutely no fear in their hearts whatsoever. They don't respect anything.
Nope. push through every pallet, and they're getting a lot of hits because of it. So
They are. Just a very bold, brazen tactic, and it's worked out. It has worked out significantly. I'm wondering if Hatch doesn't spawn on second floor anymore, does it?
honestly, I do not know. Can you hit this when they vault? I think Xeno's trying. I think it might be something you can do, actually.
I think you have to aim higher, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, if you can do it, he would probably have to aim higher here.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Just not much you can do there, and that will be the 4K.
4K at 2 generators on RPD. Wow.
It's a tiger, yeah.
That is a tiger, Xeno. Thank you.
I do like the, again, as far as RPD goes, I love the willingness to pay attention to detail and like recreate this map and give it like a lot of love. It's just that this map wasn't made for Dead by Daylight. It was made for, you know, a different style horror game, and it doesn't quite carry over sometimes. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I am not a huge fan of these maps. I've never been a fan of RPD. I think a lot of people can relate to loading into an RPD match and just not wanting to play. So
Entirely fair.
yeah, playing it in a competitive environment is a completely different thing. Like that's a whole other beast.
Ooh.
So
Do love some Soulguard. Maybe possibly expecting, you know it at the end game or something, but
yeah, it could potentially bail you out of a bad situation.
or for the people Soulguard, I do love a good combo there, but yeah, regardless, and they did have Noah. They were prepared, but a little bit of Dragon Script value too. You love to see it.
Oh yeah, that down was really important. I think that's where Dragon Script's value comes in. Even if you only get one down with it, if it's the
Exactly.
right down, it wins the game for you.
No, absolutely. It's weird to me from a killer perspective, going into a comp perspective, that you're taking a perk, literally that one perk, the only job it might do is to serve for a single chase to be more efficient, and it's because you can snowball, and it one step up just translates into so much more value than it does in like any other pub game, which is weird.
Yeah, definitely.
But with that said, Eviscerate will come out on top, so congratulations to Eviscerate on your win, and GGWP to Ruby Wolves. But fret not, we still have one more match coming into you guys today. We have, I believe it's a Misery versus Eternal, so stay tuned for that. We got about a 30-minute break here, so we'll be coming right back. And I do believe, Jukebox, you will be sticking around for that, yes?
Yes, I will be.
And I also heard you went live the other day.
It's a big shocker. I went to my Twitch to see when the last time I went live was, and it was 5 months. But I went live the other day, and it makes me want to go live again. I think the next time I'll go live is probably when Night is released, and maybe I'll do a Night win streak or something. But yeah, I'm really excited for Night, so I'll probably do it when Night comes out.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about the new Night changes with the PTB announcement being, or the PTB to live patch being announced. I'm super excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
yeah,
biggest
I'm
thing for me,
pumped.
I'm just glad they listened to the community and they changed the map up. That map, you
Yeah.
couldn't see jack on it, and they said, "We hear you, we'll fix it." That means so much to me. Thank you, BA.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised to see that it was changed. Honestly, I know that the devs get a lot of flack for them not changing things that have been like requested, but I think that was an easy fix. And I think it was so heavily requested that there's just no reason not to, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, behavior really seems to be on a new streak of like listening to the community better, even if it's like, not everybody agrees with it. They are making more changes, and I like that. So.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
With that said, again, folks, we'll be right back in just a moment. Again, stay tuned through these ads. We'll be running some replays for y'all. Stay tuned. We got another match coming up for you. And if you didn't know, because I haven't shouted it out this entire time, we got Rogue affiliation. Use code COTF at checkout for 10% off and buy some Rogue. Help out the stream. It's delicious. I've been drinking stuff for literally over a year now, and I cannot stop even if I wanted to. But with that said, we'll be back, folks.